Hey guys, a couple of months after it released, I bought this. This is the PlayStation Vita, the sequel or the follow-up to the PSP. Ever since I bought the Vita, I've completely regretted it. Whenever they announced the Vita, all the features sounded cool, beautiful graphics, the touchscreen, the touchpad on the back, so I decided I had to have one, just because it was a cool piece of tech, basically. When I first bought the Vita, it didn't really concern me that there weren't a lot of games for it. I knew it was a new thing, so games would slowly come out over time, but also because I figured with the PlayStation Store I could download some PSP games that I never played. So, first one I downloaded was the Splinter Cell Essentials, and that game's awful without two sticks. And the Vita does have two sticks, but the PSP didn't, so the second stick is useless in every PSP game. Then I downloaded the Mega Man X remake. I don't remember what it was called. I think it's called Mega Man X Maverick Hunter or Maverick Hunter X or something. Because I loved Mega Man X and thought, hey, a 2.5D remake of Mega Man X would probably be awesome. It just doesn't feel right. And they redid all the music, and the music isn't nearly as good. Then there were a couple of PSP games that I knew I'd always wanted to play, so I went to the store to look for those. Specifically, I wanted to play the Kingdom Hearts game that was on the PSP, and I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Square Enix didn't release any of their PSP games on the store, so I couldn't play any of those. You have to buy proprietary memory cards for the Vita. You can't just buy an SD card or a micro SD. Like, literally everything else lets you. Even the 3DS lets you just buy an SD card if you want more space. But no, you have to buy their specific Vita memory card because Sony's a bunch of idiots. So I bought a 32 gig one because I figured I'd be downloading all sorts of games. Plus I figured, I have PlayStation Plus. So I figured there'd be a bunch of really cool Vita games coming out for free. There's been only one game that I've enjoyed playing on this Vita, and it was, I don't remember what it was called. Let me actually bring up the Vita here. Listen to that dumb music. Mutant Blobs Attack. That's the only game I've enjoyed playing, and it was free on PlayStation Plus. As for actually being able to hold this thing, I don't understand what Sony was thinking. For one, you hold it like this, which obviously is going to cramp your hands up, but you also have to use the touchscreen. So whenever you're using the pad on the back or the touchscreen, you aren't really holding on to it. So it makes it feel like you're just going to drop it constantly. And the reason this doesn't make any sense to me, they've made controllers, and essentially handheld devices, or specifically handheld consoles, should be basically a controller with a screen. So how is it that they make it like this, where it's not comfortable at all, when they have their DualShock controllers that have handles and are very comfortable to hold? That's why I went out and bought this, so that I can hold it like a normal thing. One problem is that the touchpad on the back and the touchscreen seem to go one of two ways in every game. Either one, they don't get used at all, so it's just a waste of technology. Or two, it's super gimmicky. I bought the Assassin's Creed game, Liberations, because I like the Assassin's Creed series. Except 3 was stupid. The audio quality in that game is terrible. I play Vita games with headphones just because audio quality on most games is really good. And on that, all the voices sound like they're coming out of a radio, when it's supposed to be a big budget title. Not only is the memory card proprietary, but their charge cable is some funky thing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not just like mini USB or micro USB or anything that anything else uses. Even before, I believe the PSP used memory cards that you could use in Sony cameras, at least. But with this one, they didn't even let you use the memory card that was for the PSP. You have to buy a specific Vita memory card. I don't understand it. So what does the Vita have going for it? It's got camera on the front and the back, which I have literally never used because it's a handheld console, not a phone or a camera. Maybe the quality's good. I have no reason to use the camera, so I have no idea if it's any good. And the worst thing about the Vita has to be the complete lack of support that it gets. Even from Sony. Sony doesn't seem to care. Before E3, Sony said, at E3, our commitment to the Vita will be reaffirmed or something like that. And then you watch E3 and Jack Tretton mentions one Vita game and pronounces it incorrectly. And they talk about how the Vita, you'll be able to play PS4 games on the Vita, which to me, I don't really care. When I get the PS4, I'll want to play it on my big screen. So I mean, if that was Sony showing everyone how much they cared about the Vita, then the message is pretty clear. They don't care. So I'm definitely going to put this up on eBay with the games I've got. The only physical games I have are Mod Nation Racers and Dynasty Warriors Next. They should either lower the price or they should release a cheaper made version at a lower price so they don't lose as much money. You know, get rid of like the cameras. If it didn't have the cameras, the touchscreen or the touchpad, and it was just more like its main thing was just the fact that it's pretty. Just beautiful handheld graphic. Maybe people would buy it. Maybe. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll let you know whenever I put it on eBay because maybe somebody will want to buy it or something. Who knows? Like and comment and subscribe. And Facebook and Twitter and Moon and Russia and space and silver and purple and fried chicken.